everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Kristen with Monarch Plans, and today I'm doing my monthly plan with me for the month of July. I am super excited because it is my first monthly plan with me in my new Erin Condren Focus Teacher Planner. So I've been using it a little bit over the past couple weeks to do weekly plans, but I haven't done any monthly plans. So what I'm going to be doing is I will be using kits to do not only this calendar here, but also the pages before, the little dashboard pages. And I had some notes of things that I wanted to do, so let me just take those off. But I will be using this kit, which is a 7x9 sized dashboard kit that I designed for the life planner, but obviously the notes page and the dashboard area of the teacher planner is a little bit different. So I am going to be using this spread here to try and figure out if I can create some sort of dashboard, because it is just super open-ended and I would like to figure out if I can kind of like narrow down a design or something like that. So I think what I'll do is I will just get started on this page and see what I can figure out, and then we will move on to do the monthly page. I'm hoping this doesn't take too long, but what I might do is, let's see. I'm trying to make sure that I have like enough washi and all of that stuff to be able to do, like, to cover up some of these areas, and then also make sure I have like washi for the top here and washi for the top over here and all of that. So what I think I might do is start by just putting down some washi over here at the top of the page, and I'm just gonna get started and hopefully this turns out. I haven't experimented with this at all, so you guys are gonna see kind of everything that goes on here. But hopefully it turns out, and if not, obviously I can readjust next month. And my other thought is I might use like the Plum paper dashboard at some point to see if I can come up with something. There's lots of room for experimentation here. So I am going to then cover this up with here with this washi. I think that looks okay. It might be like a little bit crooked, but that's okay. I'll just leave that. And so that means that to cover, I don't know if I'm going to cover this July. I'm trying to decide if I want to cover the July or not, but I definitely know I want to use like the main July thing here. What I might do actually is I think I'll do the habit tracker at the bottom on this side. And since this is a 7x9 planner, things generally fit really almost the same as they would in the life planner. And actually, I'm gonna flip this over. It makes it a little bit easier so the coil's not in the way. But things fit pretty well in here. So that's why I know like the 7x9 should be fine. The 7x9 size should be fine. So it's just a matter of like figuring out where to put stuff. So there is the habits, and then I think I will put this on the side here and then see where that gets me in terms of space up at the top, and see what I need to do with the July thing. So do this. Okay, so in that case, I'm just gonna white out July. First, I just wasn't sure if this was going to cover it or what was going to happen with that. So since that does cover things, and then I think I'm going to put some washi over here and do like monthly goals or something, and then maybe one other washi down here. So it essentially turned out almost exactly like the dashboard in the actual life planner. So I'm actually kind of happy about that. Okay, so there is that. And let me flip this back over. And we have more washi if we need it, but I don't know if there's any place to really put it, so I'm not really gonna worry about it. Other than that, I'm just gonna put some of these little labels down monthly goals. Going to go up here, and that's just like, it's not going to be in depth. It's just going to go over a few things that I'm going to try to get done. I think I'll do to do. And the other thing I added is, I know that I've shown on the dashboard pages somewhere, I usually like to include some type of area where I can write down one good thing that happens every single day. And I never had a header for it that was made. And so what I did is on my new redesigned kits, I put a label here for good things. And that is what I usually use to label this section, where I write one good thing from every single day. And so that will be happening in this section right here. Over here, I think this section right there, I'm trying to tell if I should do like a wellness thing. I think I'll do wellness. I'll try that out this month and see if I like that, and if not, then I'll change it for the next month. So we'll do that, and that is pretty much it for like the sticker setup in here. And what I'm going to do is, instead of like going through and doing all the stuff in here in terms of like writing things down, I am just going to move over and start doing everything in my calendar here, and like the calendar layout. And I'm using kit 220 or 329 here. It's for the Erin Condren 7x9 Life Planner. So one thing to note is that I have tried this out, and the Life Planner stickers are a little bit too tall for the teacher planner, so I'll be trimming the top off of them, but the spacing of the days is perfect. So that's one thing to keep in mind, is I don't really know how many people are using the teacher planner, so I haven't gone through and done any like redesign or design for this teacher planner specifically. I don't think I will until I know for sure how many people are actually using it, but this is like a really good option if you are looking for a monthly for your teacher planner. So keep that in mind. It's just the layout, or the height is a little bit off. You can see, I don't even know if you can see it very well. It just sticks out very, very slightly. And I mean, I guess I could even like move this down a tiny bit and it would be fine, but I don't really want to encroach on the top box at all. So let me see if I can just go through and trim this, and then we should be all good to go. Trying to get as close as possible with not accidentally like cutting the planner page, and I think that that worked perfectly. So we have that one side of it, and then let me just do the other side really quickly. There's also some washi for the bottom of the page, so I will put that down. Okay, there we go. Let me do the same thing. Here's my weekly spread. I just posted a plan with me for this earlier this week. So you can find that on my channel as well if you're interested. But okay, I'm just trying to make sure it's a little bit different cutting on this side because I'm right-handed. Okay, that worked out perfectly. So I think that that looks really good. I'm really happy with that. And then this bottom section, I'll do some washi. Just adds like a little bit of pizzazz to the spread. Do this. And then to the other side. So there's like a lot of setup that goes into these monthly spreads. So please bear with me while I get this all done. Almost sounds like it's thundering outside. I talked about monsoon season in my plan with me, and I feel like it might be a little bit stormy. I've just had my blinds closed, so I might need to open those and see what's going on. And so I think what I'll do is I will put in a full box here, which is 4th of July. Just to note that it's the holiday. So there is that. And then other than that, I don't really have anything big going on in July. So I don't think I'm going to put any other big boxes, but that is what these are for on my, or in my kits, is covering up a day or whatever. So I used to include like a big strip of washi, but it was just kind of difficult to do that because you had to resize them every single month, and sometimes they fit, but sometimes different planners were printed, I think, just a little bit differently. So sometimes they fit, sometimes they didn't. It was just kind of chaotic. So I just did these like single boxes and they work out way better. And so you can see it covers everything really, really well. The other thing I'm going to do is I think I will put in some of these labels that I have. And so there's lots of like payday, bill due, birthday, all that kind of stuff. I'll mark off my day off appointment, or my day off. And then I will do some paydays as well. And I'll leave some of the appointment labels for more of like my actual appointment things. So we have this payday, a payday here, and then another payday. And then we don't have any vacation or anything coming up. We don't have any like school related stuff because we don't have any kids. There's no other days off other than 4th of July. And I have an appointment, so I'll probably put in this on the 11th. Make sure I'm lining this up straight. I have a doctor's appointment, so I will put that in here. And then I'll write in the time in just a second. And I have a couple dates where there's like some bigger bills due. And so one of those is on the 23rd. The final bill is due for one of our cruises, so I am going to mark that to make sure that we take a look at that and just make sure. I think we've already paid everything, but I just want to double check that there's nothing still pending for that. And then the other thing that we need to do is on the 31st, our car registration is due. So I just want to mark that, but I'm planning to get that done sooner. I am the absolute worst at getting stickers down straight, so I feel like I'm always readjusting them. Okay, there's that, and then I'll do another bill due sticker there. Okay, the only other big day, and actually it might warrant like a full box, is we have check-in day for one of our cruises. We're actually going on a couple cruises this fall because we are still kind of like taking cruises after they were postponed over the past couple years, and like using our credits and stuff from cruises that were canceled. So I am going to put in on the 20th, we have a check-in day for a Royal Caribbean cruise that we're going on. So there's just a couple things that we have to do for that. And other than that, I am just, I think, going to speed through a few things. Like I need to put the date dots down, and then there's just like some more tedious tasks and stuff that I need to be putting into my planner. And I don't want this to take forever. So I am going to speed through putting the dots down, putting down some of the other labels and stuff like that. And then when I come back, I think what I'll do is I'll just write a few things in that I've already, you know, like some of the full boxes and stuff like that. And I think that that will be it for this plan with me, and we'll just see how it looks at the very end. I'll fill out some of this as well, but I think that we are on our way to making this look really, really good. I'm actually really pleased with how this has turned out, given that this kit wasn't made specifically for this planner. So very exciting, but I will be back in just a few minutes with the date dots down and some of the appointment labels down. Okay, so here is what the spread looks like with all of the labels in. This is actually a pretty busy spread compared to what my monthly usually looks like. It's mainly because I included some of the calls and stuff I have for this program I'm part of. It's like a health type of program. So I included the coaching calls as well as some Q&A calls, so it makes it look a lot more busy than my month actually is. So you'll see that I have some new releases for my shop. Obviously the bills that were due that I mentioned for the cruises and everything like that. But most of the labels you see are just for that program and like calls and Zoom meetings and stuff like that that I have. Other than that, I obviously marked the holiday. Better Call Saul is coming back on TV on the 11th. So we love to watch that in the evenings on Mondays. So that is always on our radar. And then, like I said, I have a doctor's appointment on the 11th as well. Other than that, I just marked a few things. My coworkers are out a couple days during the month, so I just wanted to mark those to make sure that I'm aware of when people are going to be gone, just so I can keep in mind that like I don't want to bother them, all of that stuff. So that is what I have on here so far. I started doing some things over here, but I also realized that I might be putting them in my dashboard. So I'm trying to decide whether or how to use this. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do like content planning in here instead. Maybe I'll just put a box over this, or I'll white this stuff out. I don't know, but I need to kind of figure out how I'm going to be using the sidebar when I have this page already here and like ready, especially with this giant to-do list area. So I think what I'll do, I need to brainstorm a little bit more about what the wellness section is going to entail. Obviously, I might do like a beginning and ending weigh-in, maybe measurements or something like that. But there's a lot of different things that I'm trying to track and do differently with my health. So I am brainstorming what's going to go in the wellness section and what's going to go in the monthly goals section. So really, I'm not quite sure how much of this I am going to be filling out. It's just something that I almost need to just sit down and do like when I just have some time to sit and think. But obviously I have some to-do list items, so I'll start writing those in. And then my good things section, I just need to number this section for every day of the month. And so I am going to do that now and try not to bore you guys to death, but I am actually really happy with how this has turned out so far. Like I said, I haven't experimented with this. This was really just going to be me experimenting pretty much on camera to see if things fit, and if they didn't, kind of figuring out how I could make them fit, because I really want people to have options for the teacher planner, because I know there are people using it for this purpose. For, you know, like personal planning and not actual teacher planning, if that makes sense. So I want people to have options and be able to decorate their planners, but not, not have to, like, me personally be designing another planner style. So, let's see, my to-do, I think what I need to do is landscaping, quotes. We have put off our backyard landscaping for so long. It is still dirt. I mean, we moved into our house like last April and it's just been kind of dirt this entire time. But it has just been crazy with a lot of stuff going on, and we just haven't had the time to really sit down and like get different quotes and all of that stuff. There are a couple small windows where we decided not to go through the builder to get blinds put in. They're like really small windows, 22 inches by like 22 inches, just small squares. And we didn't get any blinds put in by the builder because they were a little pricey, and we need to put them in because obviously it's summertime and I think it would help with the electricity costs. I need to paint a wall in our living room, and I need to hang some pictures in our living room. There's a lot of stuff obviously for our house, so that is what I'm focusing on right now. It's like too warm to be doing anything outside, and it's too warm to be doing like things around town. Running errands is okay, but it's just like after a long day, it's just not fun to wander around when it's like 110. So I try to get things done at home in the summer, and then in the winter is when we can go out and do a lot of fun stuff. And then bathroom decor setup. And other than that, I'm trying to think what else. My gosh, it just feels like there's a lot of things that need to happen. Travel plans for our cruises. And then I need to look at plane tickets for my dad. And another thing that's been on my list for a little while is a budget overhaul. That is what I have there. And then what I'll put in for my habits, I'll do movement. So that encompasses like strength workouts, rides on the Peloton bike, and then we have a treadmill, so walks, everything like that. I'm trying to figure out on plan eating. And I'm gonna leave these other two blank. I need to brainstorm and see exactly what my other goals are for the month, and then I can figure out what my habits should be. But I think that's it for the moment for this dashboard page. The other thing to mention is, and I've mentioned this in a video before, is this planner has two spreads of lined paper at the back of the month. So I have this, and then I have this here, and I decided this is going to be my monthly review. So I'm going to go through at the end of the month and just review my month, maybe journal a couple things that happened that were, you know, whatever went on, accomplishments, things to try, and looking forward. And then I can incorporate that into my goal setting for the next month. So that's my plan for one of the spreads. I think what I'm going to do is make this like an in-depth goal page. So I'll do like a recreation of my power sheets on one side, and then like a monthly goals or something from my Moxie Life, something like that on the other side. Just so I have all my stuff in one place, and all of my like goal planning stuff and monthly review stuff is in one spot. So I'm going to try that for July, and then I'll see how it works. But I just want to show you guys that as well, because that is definitely another thing that is involved with the monthly spread. And it's just kind of hard to figure out exactly how to use all the open space. So anyways, I think that's it for my July plan with me. I'm very excited with how this turned out, but if you have any questions or anything, or if you're also using the teacher planner, let me know. And I don't know, it's fun to bounce ideas off of people who are using the same planner, especially when it's not one that is super widely used. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will talk to you later. Bye.